Okay. Let us first of all revise what we did in our last class. From a question like 5 into y plus 8 plus 2 into y plus 1 being equal to 0. We can use this to revise what we did in our last class. And that was to open the bracket with calculation of like terms. We call that subtopic equations with brackets. Equations with brackets. Then when we open the brackets, we collect like terms and get the value of y that will make this mathematical statement a true. All right, we open the brackets now. I have 5 times y is 5y. 8 times 5 or 5 times 8 is 40. 2 times y is 2y. 2 times 1 is 2, which is equal to 0. And that then we can see that all the numbers there except 0 is on the left hand side. And so we have to collect the like terms within that like term, that left hand side. And so 5y plus 2y will give us 7y. 40 plus 2 will give you plus 42 is equal to 0. So we can now collect like terms, like make sure that one of the numbers moves to the other side. That you choose to be letter with unknown to move to the left hand side, right hand side. Okay, or letter with that unknown. Because 0 does not have y, let us bring this number to the other side. And so we can have it as 7y is equal to 0 minus 42. And 7y is equal to minus 42 will become the correct collection of the like terms. And so when we have it this way, we are going to divide both sides by 7, the coefficient of y. 7y over 7 being equal to minus 42 over 7. At the end, we have y is equal to minus 6. Y is equal to minus 6. Yes, remember that that is what we did in our last class, fraction, which we discussed under equations bracket. Today, we have a new subtopic, and that new subtopic is equations with fractions. We want to have equations with fractions. Remember, we have 2 ways of solving equations with fraction. Number 1, we can solve it using LCM method. LCM method. Number 2, we can use maybe the one they call cross multiplication, which is very, very limited. Cross multiplication, which is very limited. Yeah. Ironically, I'm going to start from number 2. Yes. Assume we have x over 3 is equal to 6 over 6 over, let's change it to become something like 5 over 3, for instance. What will be the value of x to make this equation true? Assume we use the LCM method. Okay? LCM method. We use LCM method first. Yes, let us do that. If we have 2 of them, they are 3. Remember the LCM we're talking about is the LCM of the denominator. And the denominators here are 3 and 3. Then the LCM of 3 and 3 is 3. So the rule says multiply each term, not each side. Multiply each term by the LCM of the denominators. And so we have it as x over 3 times 3 over 1 as the LCM, being equal to 5 over 3 times 3 over 1. Remember that x over 3 is x over 3. y 5/3 is 5/3. Then the LCM of the denominators is what we have to multiply with. What does this thing do to us? What it does to us is to make sure that the fraction is cleared. So by so doing, we are clearing the fraction. So that what we are going to have here is x alone being equal to, remember what we have done? 3 divided itself 1, 3 divided itself 1. X times 1 is x, and 1 times 1 is 1. When we are sure there is no other fraction that we're going to have, we have no need to write it x over 1. There is no need. The number over 1 is that number. So we are going to have equal to x, 3 divided itself here 1, 3 divided 3 here 1, 5 times 1 is 5, 1 times 1 is 1, and there's no need of writing over 1. So x is equal to 5. What it means is that what will make this equation true is when x is 5. See, if we put 5 here as x, then 5/3 is equal to 5/3. I think they are correct. Yes. It is only 5 that we stay in this position of x, that we make what we have, that we make this equation as a true expression. Let us consider the one they call LCM, the one they call cross multiplication method. But let us understand that cross multiplication method cannot solve a question when we don't have two fractions. Yes, to put it in a very clear way, before you use the one they call cross multiplication method, make sure you have two fractions only, one on the left and one on the right. If there is no thing like that in the question, please don't use cross multiplication method. And what does it mean? We are going to use that method and say here, or 3x over 3 is equal to 5/3. The cross multiplication here simply means, allow the number here to come up here and cross and multiply this x. 3 coming to multiply x will give you 3x. 3 going to multiply 5 will give us 15. And we have it as 3x is equal to 15. Once we have seen this way, it comes to the same thing we had before, as simple as 3x is equal to 15. And the coefficient of unknown here is 3. And so we are going to have it 3x divided by 3 is equal to 15 divided by 3. What do we get here? We have to divide by the coefficient of unknown to have x is equal to 1. X divided 15 to give you 5. The same 5 we got before has emerged. So whether you use the LCM method or cross multiplication method, both of them will solve the same problem. But remember, before you use cross multiplication method, make sure you have two fractions only, one on the left and one on the right. Remember, we consider a fraction to be one fraction when it has one denominator. Whether it is monomial, binomial, numbers, or even more than two numbers, provided the denominator is one denominator. Let's consider the questions here. Yes, remember, the examples we are giving here, we will continue to try both LCM method and cross multiplication method. If cross multiplication method can work, we talk about it. If it cannot work, we consider and use LCM method, which is a more mature method of solving this equation. Let's continue to take another one. Consider this question, which will be our question number today. This question number 1, example number 1. And example number 2. Consider example number 2 to be 3 into 2n plus 1 bracket 4 being equal to 5 into n plus 5 bracket all over 6. Yes, the LCM we have there, all right. The denominators we have there are 4 and 6. 4 and 6. Yes, if you're going to cross multiply, it will agree. But we have one fraction on the left hand side, one fraction on the right hand side. If you are going to use LCM method, it will also work for us. Let us first of all use LCM method. So we should be asking ourselves, what is the LCM of 4 and 6? The LCM of 4 and 6 is what? I hope you still know how to work it out. LCM of 4 and 6. Is it 6? No. The LCM of 6 and 4 is 12. So we should multiply this fraction on the left hand side with 12 and multiply this with 12. Remember that the LCM is found by writing the numbers 4, 6. 2 divide will give you 2. Divide will give you 3. 2 divided again will give you 1. Divide will give you 3 because we don't want anything decimal or fraction in this calculation. Then we use 3 this time around. 3, we bring down 1 because 1 is there already. I will write 1. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 3, 12. That's how LCM of the two numbers 4 and 6 becomes 12. So multiply this with 12. We have 3 into 2a plus 1 bracket over 4 times that 12 over 1. That 12 is the LCM. Is equal to 5 into a plus 5 over 6 multiplied by the LCM, which is 12 over 1. Remember what this LCM does? It clears the fraction. And the only thing we're going to have is brackets when we continue with the brackets. So what do we divide? Can 4 divide itself and give you 1? Divide 12 and give you 3? Yes, of course. Can 12? Can 6 divide itself and give you 1? Divide and give you 2 here? Of course, yes. Immediately we have figure division, we see now that we have on denominator to be 1, 1, showing us that it is no longer having a fraction. Then we quickly go to open that bracket. But before then, what we have here is 3 times 3. Before we open this bracket. And so we are going to have 3 times 3, 3 times 3 into 2a plus 1. All right, I hope you understand that. That is what we are getting from here. This 3 times this 3. We bring it here so it will be easy for us to talk about. And then we have here 2 times 5. So we k is equal to 2 times 5 into a plus 5. Yes. What do you know that this is going to give us 9? And on the right hand side, we're going to have 10. So what do we have? 9 into 2a plus 1 is equal to 10 into a plus 5. We can then open the bracket. Okay? So let's open the bracket now. To have 9 times 2a will give us 18a plus 9 times 1 will give us 9. We've opened the bracket on the left hand side. Is equal to 10 times a will give us 10a plus 10 times 5 will give you 50. So have it as plus 50. So the work is telling us here. But what is this side, on the left hand side, and what's on the right hand side are equal. Remember that our job is to find out what makes it equal. What makes it equal? What will be in the position of A so that it will be really equal. And so we collect like terms now. This time around, I cross equal to sign because on the left hand side, we don't have like terms. On the right hand side, we don't have like terms. The like terms have to move. Then A will move from right to left to come and meet 18a. And so here we have 18a minus 10a. This plus 10a here is coming here to become minus 10a is equal to 50. 9 will go there and get to for us to get what? Minus 9. Minus 9. So 18 minus 10 is going to give us what? Yes, it's going to give us 8. Something is called A, whether it is apple, whether it's A represents books, whether A represents number of markers, whatever it represents. What is called A, 18 of it minus 10 of it, will actually give us 8 of it, and that is why we're going to have 8A here. Remember, A represents 50 minus 9 will give us 41. All right, 41. We now divide both sides by the coefficient of unknown. What will be the coefficient of unknown here? 8. The unknown here is A, which we are looking for. So we divide both sides now by 8 and have 8A over 8 is equal to 41 over 8. I hope you understand how we're moving this way. We know that when we cancel out and have A on the left hand side waiting for the answer on the right hand side, here we don't have anything to cancel out. 41 is not a number that 8 can divide. No. But we may not leave it as an improper fraction this way. So we may ask ourselves, what times 8 here? What times 8 will give us something closest to 41? All right? Is it 8 times 4? Yeah, we continue to think about this. 8 times 4? Is it 8 times 5? 8 times 5 is 40. Now, if 8 times 5 is 40, that means what we're going to have is 40 will give you what? 5 whole number. Okay? And then 1 is remaining. That 1 is 1 over 8. So our last answer will be A is equal to 5 whole number 1 over 8. That gives us the last answer of this. So we have used LCM method to clear the fraction before working. We can as well use cross multiplication method, which I believe you will want me to use as well. So for the class to proceed very well to see that both of them gives, each one gives the same answer. So we don't do it like that. So we are saying it again, or the cross multiplication method now to get solve the sum 3 into 2A plus 1 bracket closes all over 4 being equal to the same number we have them 5 into A plus 5 all over 6. In this case, we are cross multiplying. What does that cross multiplying say? What is it saying? Let this move to the place and this number move up there. Or let this number here move to 4 and let this one move down to 6. Yes, so let us choose bringing 6 up here to have 6 times 3 into 2A plus 1 is equal to 4 is moving down to give us 4 times 5 into A plus 5. Can you see that the whole fraction has been cleared? Okay, we're cross multiplying now. And so we have 18. 6 times 3 is 18. And so 18 will now multiply the brackets. 18 times 2A, 18 into 2. That means 18 times 2A will give us 20, 36. 36A plus 18 times 1 will give us 18. So what we have here is 20. 20 times A will give us, this is equal to 20A plus 20 times 5 will give you 100. And so we can now cross multiply. We can now collect like terms because the whole fractions are gone. Yes, we now have those numbers we have to find and get the value of A. What do we do? 36A minus 20A is equal to 100 minus 18. Let's see what we're going to get here and find out whether we're going to get the same answer like what we got there. That is going to at least satisfy our curiosity that both methods are going to give us the same answer. And so 36 minus 20. Yes, will give us what? Will give us 16, isn't it? That is 36 minus 20. Something is called A. 36 of it minus 20 of it. 6 here we have, bring down 6, 1. Bring down 6. Bring down what? 1. That is 16A. 16A is equal to 100 minus 18. It's just like saying 100 minus 20. 100 minus 20 should have given us 80. Because it's 18, they give us 82. 82. So we are going to divide both sides now by the coefficient of 1, that is 16. So we have divided by 16. Divided by 16. We divide it here, and the A is waiting for the answer down here. Remember, what we are dividing is 82 by 16. Can anything divide? Let's just use 2 to get 8. Let us use 2 to get 4. Let us use 2 to get 1. And so what are we getting here? 41 over 8. Do you remember when we got 41 over 8 here? That's going to be the same thing, of course. So 81 to 82 over 16 will give us the same thing as 81 over 8. When we divide both sides up and down, numerator and denominator by 2, it will give us exactly what we have here. And so 41 over 8 will give us the same 5 whole number 1 over 8 as the last answer in a mixed number, or 41 over 8 as an improper fraction. Remember, those numbers have the same value, whether it is a mixed fraction, whether it's a mixed fraction or an improper fraction. All right. So this has showed us, of course, that we can always use both of them. But remember that it is better to use fraction when we're solving this fraction equation in fractions like this. It's better we use LCM method, especially when we have algebraic equation. We are going to come to that as we continue. So we are going to get to number 3. Let's get to number 3. Number 3 is this question. Our number 3 also has is unknown as A. This is 2A minus 1 over 2 being equal to 9. Okay, 9A minus 6 over 8 plus 2 whole number 3 over 4. All right, this is what we have. And this is a good example of what I was saying, that we cannot use cross multiplication for something like this. We have 2 fractions on the right hand side, 1 fraction on the left. And so when we start cross multiplication, how do we cross and how do we multiply? Because of that, if we are going to use only LCM method here. If one, however, insists on using cross multiplication method, the person will come to the right hand side and add this fraction first. Numerator or denominator, 1 fraction. Mixed numbers we can change to numerator and denominator and 1 fraction. We now add them because addition sign is there first. When you add them, then you can now cross multiply. Remember, it is not very, very efficient when we have numbers that appear this way. That's a little bit strong. The strength of the question is higher here. So let us now insist on using LCM method. Whereby what we are going to do is to say 2A minus 1 over 2 is equal to 9A minus 6 over 8. Then we make sure we put this one in an improper fraction. Then we have 4 times 2, we give 8. 8 plus 3 is 11, 11 over 4. Then the LCM we should be looking for is LCM of 2, 8, and 4. What is that LCM of 2, 8, and 4? That's going to be 8. Remember, you cannot say multiplying all of them before you get the LCM. Remember, the LCM is going to be 8. depending on what we have around here. Remember that 4 is a factor of 8, 2 is a factor of 8. So it should surprise you why we get one of the numbers at the LCM. If it's surprising you, however, let us work it out. At the LCM of 2, 8, and 4. What is it going to give us? 2 will now divide. To give us 1, to give us 4, to give us 2. 2 can divide again. Because we have gotten 1, we put 1. This is going to be 2. It's going to be 1. 2 can go again. We bring down 1, 1, 1. Showing us we have come to the end. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. You can see the LCM of the denominator actually is 8. And so we are going to multiply this by 8. 2a minus 1 over 2 times 8 over 1 for this one. Remember the language. Multiply each term by the LCM of the denominators. So this is 1 term, 1 term, and 1 term. Term simply means a complete expression in mathematics. So we have it as is equal to 9a minus 6 over 8 times the same 8 over 1 plus 11 over 4 times 8 over 1. Yeah, we can put this bracket here, which is trying to suggest that we must finish this multiplication before we add. Yes, so that means we are going to have here 1 to divide itself is 1. 2 divides 8. We give you what? We give you 4. That 4 will now come and multiply this. When we come later, that is equal to 8 here 1, 8 here is 1. That means 1 is multiplying. Let me put that 1 to multiply in the next line. So here what we have? 1, 2. Let us bring out what we have inside the bracket. So it's going to be 4 into 2a minus 1. All right? Is equal to, since there's no other number here apart from 1, let us just say 1 into 9a minus 6. We know when multiplying number, we give the same number. But we're doing this to make sure we justify our steps. I think any mistake is about to come in, but we know and make sure we avoid it. And so what we have here is plus 1 times 2, which is what? 1 times 2. All right, 11 times 2, which is 22. 11 times 2 is 22. Yes. What we have now is just a bracket we have to clear. We clear a bracket. As we clear a bracket, we collect like terms. And the work is as good as have been finished up immediately. So what are we going to multiply here? We have 8a minus 4 being equal to 9a minus 6 plus 22. To start with, we have more like terms on the right hand side. So we have minus 6 plus 22. And so we are going to have it as 8a minus 4, which we don't have like terms, so they will stay the way they are. It will be equal to 9a. No number again is a, so we still retain 9a on the right hand side. Where minus 6 plus 22 is something as 22 minus 6. Okay? Which you can just think quickly as, okay, this is like 20 minus 4. Okay? And 20 minus 4 is 16. So you just write it plus what? 16. Remember, we're going to put plus 16 here because we are sure that the number, sign of the bigger number, will be sign of our answer. Sign to 6 is what? Negative. Sign to 22 is positive. Whenever we add and subtract this, it must give us a positive number. Now we collect like terms across equal to sign and have it as 8a minus 9a. Imagine that. We're going to take it as big as 9 from 8 is equal to 16 plus 4. So what do we have here? We are going to have here that 8a minus 9a will give us what? What will it give us? Minus a. You cannot remove 9 from 8 without going to borrow something. Of course, yes, you borrow 1. Not 1 you are going to borrow is what mathematically is described as negative. Minus now. Minus A is now equal to 20. Yes. Do we stop here? Of course, no, because coefficient of unknown here is still negative. Remember, we consider that we have finished working a particular question, that an unknown has been found when the coefficient and the index of the unknown is plus 1. In this case, it's minus 1, so we're going to divide both sides by minus 1. So we have minus A or minus 1 is equal to 20, which we are sure is plus 20 over minus 1. After the whole thing, minus divided minus, we have what? Plus. 1 divided A will give us A, no problem about that at all. And so minus divided plus will give us minus. And then 1 is going to be A is equal to minus 20. So it is telling us that it is minus 20 that you're going to put here and put here, so that whatever you're going to get from this side, left hand side, will be exactly what you're going to get on the right hand side. Hence, giving us equal to. A statement and 2 or more expressions are equal. Yes, I believe you understand all this for now. Let us actually try the very last number in this class today, because of the little technical work we are going to put in there because of the nature of the question. But consider a question like this. Consider this question. Consider a question that is 5y minus 1 over 4 minus 7y plus 4 over 8. All of them being equal to 0. Remember that when everything is equal to 0 here, what it simply means is that we are looking for the value of y such that when we place the value of this value here, place it here multiplied by 5, take 1 from it, place it here multiplied by 7, add 4 to it. Whatever we're going to get from taking up this whole expression here from this, we get 0. Let us do that. You have options here. You may decide to carry the whole of this fraction and take it to the other side. Because it has negative, by then it becomes positive. Because the fraction, the sign here and minus is affecting the whole number, the numerator and denominators. So if you like, take this value to the other side. If you also like, do exactly what we have done here, using the LCM of what? 4 and 8. Remember, if you say 4 and 8 and say 1, what we mean is that 1 here is the value. Even though we wouldn't imagine 0 over 1. The 0 over 1 is 0. If one person divides nothing, the person will still get nothing out of it. And so, what we are going to do, I think the best thing to do, let's carry this to the other side. That will make a better understanding from the members, from people that are watching all over the world, from different medium. I think we're going to do that. I'll have 5y minus 1 over 4. Now is equal to, this is now moving entirely. 0 plus this fraction will give us the same fraction. Remember that 0 plus a number is that number. Now a number minus 0 will give you the same number. No change. However, 0 times a number will become 0. You modify it. And so on. So we are carrying the whole of this thing to add to 0. And now something like 0 plus 7y plus 4 over 8. So what do we have to get? We have 5y minus 1 over 4. Yes, is equal to 7y plus 4 over 8. Yeah, that's what we have now. At this point now, if you go to cross multiply, as we did before, we cross multiply. So we have one fraction on the left, one fraction on the right. If you want to use LCM now of 4 and 8, which is 8, use it. So any of them will give you the same result. Let us cross multiply since we have not been using it for a long time now. And remember, it is easier to do so when we have these two fractions, one on the left and one on the right. So we're going to say 8 into 5y minus 1 is equal to 4 into 7y plus 4. Do fraction again. The equation in fraction has not changed from equation in one bracket, which is a bit lower, simpler to solve. We multiply now and have 40y minus 8 is equal to 28y plus 16. I hope it's okay. What do we mean? 8 times 5y will give us 40y. 8 times 1 will give us 8. And plus here times minus is minus. I hope you know there's no change. That's why it seems as if we are not emphasizing the signs. All right, so 8 times 7y gives us 28y. 4 times 4 gives us 16. And there's no letter attached to any of them. Is that all right? All right, so let's go. 40 now with the one with letter will come on the left again. We have 40y minus 28y being equal to 16 plus 8. Minus 8 on the left hand side moving to the right hand side of the equals minus. And so 40 minus 28. I think this is going to be a little bit difficult for you to answer. What of when it is 80? 40 minus 30 will be 10. But it's not up to 30, so 40 minus 28 will give you what? Will give you 12. So this is going to give us 12y is equal to. Now, 16 plus 8. 16 plus 8 will give you what? 24. You have it as 24. You cannot compare 12y is equal to 24, of course, with this equation here. Of course, it has become easier. That is going to help you. Just divide both sides by the coefficient of which is 12. So we'll say 12y over 12 is equal to 24 over 12. That will give us y is equal to 2. So the correct answer to the number is 2. Please, I want to check this and get back to me on the comment section. Put the value of 2 here. When you put 2 here, 2 times 5, 10. Take away 1. Put 2 here. 2 times 7, 40. Add 4 to it. Take the whole of this expression from this. You're actually going to get 0, which is on the other side. Then if you also want, you can still do it here. Put the value of 2 in this position. Put the value of 2 in this position. You'll find out whatever you're going to get on the left hand side, what you're going to get on the right hand side. And that is the meaning of the sign is equal to mathematics. Now what you have on the left hand side is equal to what you have on the right hand side. Dear viewers, remember that this is the Treasury Educational Consultancy Services, and we are here always to help learners understand calculation and all that. Whether it is mathematics, physics, chemistry, accounting, economics, whichever top subject where you find calculation, Hidden Treasure Educational Consultancy Services is there to help you and make sure that the problem becomes a game. Until we see you in our last class, thank you and have a nice day.